A gorgeous spring day in Pittsburgh turns tonight, and we're ready for session 2 of the Eagle Championships here at the Peterson Event Center. One tri-meet is in the books, and now it's time for a quad meet to finish off the day. First year program LIU, Towson, Temple, and the host team, the Pitt Panthers, ready to compete here tonight in the Steel City. Hi everybody, welcome in to the Peterson Event Center with former All-Eagle Pitt gymnast Devin Herbine. I'm Josh Roundtree. And Devin, one really fun session here at the Pete already, and now this crazy quad meet to finish things out for an Eagle Championship. Great competition early, and we expect it here in the night session as well.
Yes, we did see some great gymnastics this morning in the afternoon session, so really looking forward to what these gymnasts put on for a show tonight.
Yeah, it was really so much fun to watch. Great performances we saw throughout the day, a couple 9.9s, and NC State, a really good start for them.
Yeah, you can see Emily Shepard on vault right now, #1 with a 9.825. Elizabeth Colton on bars, 9.925. Great job for UNC. Nicole Webb here on beam leading with a 9.9 so far, and all these are unofficial scores as well. See great dismount there. And then last but not least for GW, Kendall Whitman on floor, leading first with a 9.9, which is pretty impressive. She had 3 E-passes to compete on floor.
And GW with the top 3 individual scores on floor, but it's NC State, which was the top team in the Eagle in the regular season, a 196.050. However, that's a little bit lower than what they have been putting out of late, so the door has been opened here for a couple of teams to maybe sneak past them and take an Eagle Championship. Sam Snyder is hoping that her Pitt Panthers can be one of those teams in year #4. She is so happy to have her Panthers hosting these Eagle Championships.
Right, I was on the team last year, so we were devastated to have the year end so soon. So I know the coaches and the team as well is really, really excited to be hosting this meet here and being able to have the chance to have the Eagle Championship.
Absolutely, and the Panthers are going to start off on the floor, and that is going to be with Lauren Beckwith leading the way to begin. And then take a look there, LIU, their first ever conference championship of any kind, first year program. Melissa Van Allen will lead a very, very young group under head coach Randy Lane. Take a look at the Owls of Temple. Temple will get it started on bars. They are going to be up first. Yes, on bars. Had it right. And then finally Towson with Lauren Bolden up first. They are going to hit the beam. So 4 events going at times simultaneously. We'll try to get you as much of the action as we can. You see Pitt starting on the floor with Lauren Beckwith, one of 3 all-around performers. Pitt with the most all-arounds here in this one. And this is the look that we're going to give you for a lot of this. We want you to see as much as you can. So 4 different screens as we're here in this quad meet in the Eagle Championships.
You can see Temple there to the upper left on bars. Lauren's getting ready for her first pass on floor. Beautiful start. LIU with a great start on bars, bottom left as well.
Jordan Oster on the
bars with a stuck landing. Great start there for Temple. And you see Lauren Bolin there on the bottom on beam for Towson. Beautiful start with that single skill front toss.
Lauren Bolin, their only all-around performer.
Looks like Lauren for Pitt is wrapping up her last pass here. Round off 1.5 front layout, beautifully done. And a great start for Towson as well there on beam.
Lauren Beckwith, 8th in the all-around for the Panthers this year in the Eagle. Again, one of 3 that will compete in every event. She's fired up.
You can see this last pass here from Lauren Beckwith. Round off 1.5 punch layout, and she's really someone to watch this year just because her freshman year, she's a sophomore now, didn't get a chance to compete too much. And then Alyssa Van Allen for LIU on vault, a beautiful start with a tuck pull.
First one out of the way. We talked about it in the earlier session. Going first be a little bit nerve-wracking, especially in a championship setting. So 1 down, and now LIU up on the vault. Katie Koopman.
Another tucked full for LIU. Had too much power and had to take a hop back, but still a great start.
Coming off a career high, Koopman 9.8 last time out.
And Serena Whalen here on bars. So far, so good. You can see her Tkachev there, which is her release at the end of the routine, which is unique. Normally, gymnasts do it at the beginning. And here, wrapping up with a full-in stuck dismount. Temple is off to a great start.
Serena Whalen, second team All-Eagle on bars this year, and you set it off to a great start. We talked about it in the open. That door open, NC State, their score a little bit lower than what they've been putting up of late, so they're sitting here in the peak. They're going to be maybe a little nervous as they watch their competitors here in this night session, and big opportunity for someone to take home the Eagle Championship despite not being the top team throughout the regular season. Back to the vault, Amanda Liu, a transfer from Bridgeport, ready to go. Pitt getting ready as well with Trinity Macy on floor.
You don't see too many turns here in college gymnastics. It's a requirement down in club, but here, don't see too many, so it's really great to see some personality and, you know, something new. First pass there, front 1.5 Rudy to a stag jump, beautifully done. And here we got Cami Vidoff on beam for Towson to the left of your screen. She did a triple series, back handspring, step out, layout. Little balance check, but not too much for the judges to take.
Cami Vidoff, her sister, a member of GW's team. She did not compete, though, earlier today out of Arizona.
And Trinity wrapping up her floor routine with her second pass here. This is going to be her last pass. We got Tori Edwards on bars for Temple.
2 times second team All-Eagle on bars, Tori Edwards.
Great routine for Macy there, Trinity Macy. And Tori Edwards has a strong routine to start here. Wrapping up for a dismount, double A. Little hop back, but you can see the excitement from her team. Great start, again, for Temple.
This was Amanda Liu's vault for LIU.
You can see her chest down was just a little bit, but didn't move her feet too much, so not too big of a deduction there for the judges to take away.
Now one of the 16 freshmen for the Sharks, Lauren Miller. Speaking of Sharks, we have not a real shark, but in the crowd there is a full-on shark costume in the LIU fan section here.
You can see Lauren Miller on vault. Beautiful Yurchenko full, had a bunch of power, so had to hop back, but another great vault. You can see Coach Randy there is happy for her.
Randy Lane, their first-year head coach. Everybody in their first year with LIU's program. There it is. We had to get the shot somehow. There we go. Shark, mask on underneath, looking good. If you wear that, you know you're getting on TV, right?
Oh,
I mean, you know you're getting on TV if you wear that to the meet.
And you can see Trinity's last pass there, round off 1.5 into a punch front layout. And Ariana Castrense, excuse me, getting ready for Temple on bars.
Second team All-Eagle on bars. 2019 was the ECAC Rookie of the Year. 2020 was the Athlete of the Year in the conference. This is Temple's first year in the Eagle.
Mount up to the high bar, and Katrina Koka going for Pitt on floor, as well as Ali Zulki on for beam for Towson.
I love Katrina's music, the Stranger Things theme song to get it going.
And up for vault, we have Elena Ricketts. And a good routine for Temple on bars.
Casrente, we'll see her again here today.
Towson wrapping up her dismount here. Round off 1.5, stuck dismount. A great routine for Ali Zulki.
See Katrina Coca now, the center of attention. Was at Kentucky for 4 years. SEC program.
Going into her second pass, round off 1.5 punch layout, beautifully done.
Katrina is the only EAGL gymnast that has competed in collegiate gymnastics since 2016. The only one. She is a 6th year, 4 years at Kentucky, then injured her first year last season with the Panthers, and now competing for them in grad school.
Great routine for Katrina there, and she actually tore her Achilles last season. It was really unfortunate we didn't get to have her at the team, but you can see her last pass one more time. Round off 1.5 punch front layout, beautifully done. You can see her smile there, pointing to the judges. You always got to incorporate them in your routine.
Originally from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Fired up, now back over to LIU to take it ready for the vault, and also getting ready for the beam for Towson and Zulki. And there is Temple with Nicole Smith up next on bars.
There's Jalea going for vault, wrapping up for LIU. She did a Yurchenko full. It looks like she didn't get a good enough block off the table, so unfortunately had to fall. But here for Nicole Smith for Temple, beautiful release right down to the low bar with an overshoot. Back up to the high bar. Hit her last handstand right into a blind full. Double tuck dismount, stuck landing. Maybe took a little bit of a hop, but you can see the excitement from her team. Temple is off to a great start. And here we have Jenna Wheats. Switch leap, back layout, step out, split jump. Little balance check, but beautifully done.
She is coming off a 9-9 on beam in her last meet.
Her single skill front aerial beat jump. Back handspring layout, back handspring step out. Looks like she's getting ready for a dismount here. Side aerial right into a back layout full, stuck landing. Every team here is off to a great start.
Absolutely.
You can see that dismount again. Her knees and feet come a little bit apart, but not too big of a deduction considering she sticks the landing. And here we can see LIU's last vault, Jalea. You can see she doesn't get that great of a block off the table and unfortunately couldn't make it to her feet, but they did have a solid first 5 scores, so shouldn't have to count that vault for LIU.
Again, LIU, this is their first ever appearance in any conference or league championship, their first year program. And Randy Lane said, really, our goal is just to be respectable. They have not been able to win any of their meets this year, but they are building a program. Towson has built really a heck of a program, and Emerson Hurst has been a big part of that. She's going to be up in just a moment.
Madison Brooks on bars here for Temple, wrapping up. Beautiful Tkachev. Right up to handstand, down to the low bar with an overshoot. Up to the high bar, getting ready for a dismount. She does a blind full straight into a double back. Another stuck landing for Temple. Great rotation for them to start off the meet.
And Madison Brooks, last year, second team All-EAGL on bars. Check that, second team All-ECAC on bars.
That dismount one more time, feet glued to the mat. You can see the excitement from her team. There they are again.
Bit of a delay on the floor. We had judges reviewing in the middle, so there's still 3 more Panthers that need to go on the floor. LIU is through their vault rotation, and Temple is now done as well. We're waiting on Emerson Hurst, the next to last competitor on beam for Towson. She has the 2nd best mark this year on beam in the Eagle, 28th in the NCAA. She hit a 9.975 earlier this year.
She started off with her full turn, getting ready for her series here, it looks like. Back handspring, back layout, beautifully done. You can see that smile on her face. We love to see that. Don't mind the screen at the bottom. This is Emerson Hurst going. Cassidy is last after Emerson. Going into her single skill, front aerial, split jump. So far, so good for Emerson. Wrapping up with her dismount to finish off. Front punch full stuck dismount. That is going to be a huge score for Towson. I can feel their excitement from all the way up here.
You can tell the Tigers, they know it.
And we have Olivia Miller going for Pitt on the floor. You'll be seeing a 3-pass routine from her. Beautiful double back to start off.
Olivia out of Monroeville, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh, about 15-20 minutes outside of the city. Went to Gateway High School.
Normally at the meets, Olivia would have the biggest crowd just because she's so close, but obviously with COVID, not allowed.
Lucky that we do have some fans in the building to add to the atmosphere.
Second pass there, front layout, front full, beautifully done.
Twice she has been a second teamer in the Eagle on floor.
She's breathing for her last pass here. She's gonna end with a double pike. Stumbled back just a little bit, stayed in bounds though. Should be a great score for Pitt here on floor. And she did well considering she had to wait so long for the judges to figure out the score for Katrina Coca. Sometimes they might not see a skill or might see a completely different skill than the other judge. So you could see this last pass one more time. Over-rotated just a little bit, but did a good job recovering.
So getting started now for Towson on beam, their final performer. This is Cassidy Stewart, freshman.
Started off with her full turn there, getting ready for her series. Looks like she's going to be doing a triple series. Back handspring layout, back layout. She was a little bit off. Didn't get the chance to stay on the beam, but I think their first 5 did have solid scores, so they won't have to count Cassidy's score.
This is a big meet for Towson. They have not made the NCAA regionals in 21 years. But right now are 29th. The top 36 make it. They look to be regional bound.
Right into her leap series, cat jump into a switch side. And last thing she has to do is her dismount. And then that wraps it up for Towson on beam. Round off 1.5, little hop to the right, but still a great routine and great way to wrap up for Towson.
Still have 2 Panthers to go on the floor.
You can see her hip opens up just a little bit, so when she goes into that second skill, that second layout, she's a little bit off. So didn't get the chance to save it, but solid 5 scores. And here we have Jordan Cesarini on floor for Pitt.
2018, she put up a 9.9 at the Eagle Championships as a freshman on her floor routine.
Jordan is a great performer. It's always my favorite to watch her routine. And this first pass is really unique. Front full, Branny, straddle jump right into a punch front. She has beautiful leaps as well. Just watching her, Joshi puts a smile on my face.
Jordan out of Miller Place, New York.
Another leap, so Jordan will be doing a 2-pass routine, but with those couple leaps that she does in her routine, she gets the extra bonus from there. And she'll wrap up her last tumbling pass with a double back. Beautifully done. Controlled landing, chest up. Should be a great score for Pitt here.
Jordan Cesarini. Pitt has one more to go on the floor.
See this first pass here, right from the top view.
Great look.
She was smiling even before she landed. And this last pass, her double back. I know at the beginning of season she had some troubles landing on her feet, but no problems today. And this will probably be the last floor routine that she'll ever compete, unfortunately.
Blew a kiss to the judges as well. Jordan Cesarini. Sierra Ward still to go for the Panthers. All of these athletes and coaches so appreciative. We heard that from all of the coaches that we talked to, Devin, this week. Just so thankful to get this opportunity. I know you mentioned it earlier, you did not have the chance to finish your senior season, and I know it was quite a wild ride about a year ago for you as your season unfortunately came to an end and your career came to an end with the Panthers. And luckily that's not the case here this year, and we're going to get these EAGL championships in.
Right. And just to dive a little deeper there, we had plans A, B, C, and D set up for our last meet. So I know originally we were supposed to travel to Ohio, and then they completely shut down. And then I think we were supposed to travel to North Carolina or something like that.
Didn't happen.
Yep, then UCLA, and then Pitt, and then definitely ended our season.
Plans were something that were ruined a year ago, but luckily we can have these championships. And here's Sierra Ward, a sophomore for the Panthers.
And you can see Jordan's score popped up down there, 9-9. Huge score for Pitt. Starting off her first tumbling pass, round up double back, beautifully done. Sierra is also a great competitor and puts a smile on my face every time I see her compete.
Last year, first team All-Eagle on vault, second team on bars.
Beautiful switch ring into a split half. I know she's had some trouble landing this last pass, so she'll be doing a punch front full into a front layout. So if she wraps this up, then Pitt will have a great rotation on floor to start. Made it to her feet. Beautifully done. Again, you can see that extra leap combination, so she only gets 2 tumbling passes, but gets the bonus from her leaps.
Sierra Ward closes out the first rotation.
See that first
great
pass.
shot.
See Dave's excitement in the back.
Dave Kazara, Panthers assistant, fired up, as are the Panthers. Good start here in session number 2, or in the first rotation of session number 2. Second rotation coming up next. Towson top 30 on floor in the NCAA. Looking forward to watching that, and Pitt, LIU, and Temple coming up next. Of downtown. How about that view of downtown Pittsburgh? The sun's setting. And one rotation in the books here in session 2. And it was a good one for the home team. The Pitt Panthers, their score today on floor, a new season high. You take a look at the scores. LIU on vault, they tie a season high. And for the Panthers, Jordan Cesarini, a 9-9 on floor, that ties a career high. Sierra Ward had a season high on floor, and a really good start for the Panthers as you take a look at LIU's first and only head coach, Randy Lane, in year number 1, leading this program, but has a ton of experience, has coached over 75 All-Americans, a dozen individual national champions. As an assistant at UCLA and Michigan State and Florida, was the head coach at UC Santa Barbara as well. And he said that the goal of their season is to celebrate the first, Devin. They want to just recognize that they were able to put this program together. They have 16 freshmen, and they are ready to start to build a program in the New York City area.
Right, and you can see their scores there from vault. I would say a pretty decent start. You know, it's hard enough to start a program right from scratch, but I can't even imagine the challenges they've overcome with COVID being a thing. So, like we were saying, their gymnasts are from a lot of different countries here, and you can see Temple scores here as well from bars as they get ready for beam. Yeah,
LIU 6 international players. Temple, that's what they were able to do. Whalen, 9.825. There's Towson on beam, 9.9 for Emerson Hurst. We knew she got a good score. We could tell by the reaction of her teammates, and sure enough, the 9.9 coming through in a big way. And finally, look at what Pitt was able to do on floor. 9.9 for Cesarini, Beckwith 9.825. Good work by the Panthers. And again, NC State, we touched on it early on, a little bit down their numbers from what they have been doing. So there is an opportunity here for someone to sneak in. And take a look at the uneven bars here in this second rotation. LIU to begin it off with Lauren Miller. Let's put some final preparations on. Jordan Oster to start the Temple beam lineup. For Towson, it'll be Lauren Bolin on floor first. That is their best event, Towson, the floor. They are top 30 in the nation. They have 2 gymnasts coming off 9.9s in their last meet. Lauren Bolin to start it off, 52nd in the NCAA in the all-around rankings.
A crowd favorite event would be floor, just because you can see their dancing, see their personality. It's a little more fun to watch. In LIU, we got Lauren Miller leading off, Lauren Beckwith for Pitt on vault, and for Temple, Jordan Oster. A stuck landing for a double back on floor from Bolin. Lauren with a stuck tuck full vault. Great start, as well as another stuck from LIU on bars.
I just wonder, the Panthers here at home, familiar setting, not necessarily the Peterson Event Center, but they are certainly familiar with this building. But you just wonder, Devin, if some momentum starts to build here for Pitt after such a great beginning, and if they could maybe find a way to, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a stunner, but certainly an eyebrow-raising victory if they could have a tremendous meet here.
Right, I know Coach Samantha Snyder really emphasized on Eagles as being a clean slate, so it's anyone's game here and anyone can take the title. And from Lauren Bolin on floor, her last pass was a front punch layout front full. Great routine to start off for Towson. Jordan Oster wrapping up with a beat jump gainer full. She did have one major wobble on a skill, but seemed to be able to stay on. And here's Lauren Beckwith's vault again from pit. Feet glued to the mat. You can see her smile. Beautiful job by Lauren. And Olivia Miller, the Pittsburgh native, up next.
Sam Snyder told us that Olivia, the mental side of things, has improved so much this year. Her competition nerves at times got the better of her, but she has really ironed those out, and it has led her to have a great year.
You can see here she'll be doing a Yurchenko laid out full. Small hop back, but another great pit for vault.
Olivia Miller.
Here it is one more time. See, she gets that good height off the board. Chest up on the landing, just a slight hop back, but another great vault for pit from Olivia Miller.
Taking a look around the 4 different events going on here in this quad meet. Unfortunately, only 3 teams competing in the earlier session this afternoon. New Hampshire having to bow out because of COVID-19 issues within their program. So 7 of the 8 Eagle teams competing here.
And Jordan Wheats, you can see on floor for Towson going into her first pass. Front tuck step out, round off back handspring double back. Beautiful landing. And for LIU, we got Ella, the freshman, going on bars.
Ella Castellanos.
You can see on beam, we got Brooke Donabedian going for Temple on beam, and Katrina Coca getting ready to go for vault.
Donabedian, second team beam and floor performer as a freshman this year.
Beautiful tuck full by Katrina Coca for pit. Just a slight hop, but beautiful vault again for pit.
Coca with a couple of impressive performances already. Jenna Wheats on the floor for Towson. That's Brooke Donabedian on the left for Temple.
Got Jenna going into her last pass, double pike, beautiful landing again. And Brooke setting up for her dismount, round off 1.5, small hop forward on the landing, but should be a great score for Temple. Great routine by Jenna Wheats for Towson on 4.
That is what they really specialize at, one of the events that they are the best at.
You can see that last pass there.
Great work by Wheats. Towson, though, again, their best event is floor exercise.
See that dismount there from Brooke Donabedian. Just a small hop forward. And Jordan Cesarini getting ready for vault for pit.
Former New York State vault champ in high school.
Yurchenko, beautiful full, just a little step back, but you can see the excitement from her. Beautiful vault. You can see this one more time. Really watch the height she gets off the table. She piked down just a little bit, had to take that step back, but shouldn't be too much of a deduction for her vault.
Julia Bedminster ready to go on bars for LIU.
See Sam talking to Emily Lazewski here on vault, giving her that confidence to go and do what she does in practice and incorporating all the little details into one so that she can make this vault great.
That was a powerful conversation there with Sam Snyder and Emily Lazewski.
And on beam here, we have Renee Shugman starting off for Temple.
Shugman, just a freshman.
Paige Casper on floor for Towson, and Jalea Bedminster for LIU on bars. see Emily getting ready to go for her Yurchenko full. Beautiful full. Had too much power, had to take a big hop back, but another powerful vault for Pitt. You can see Julia setting up for her dismount on bars, double layout. Chest a little bit down, had to take a step forward, but a beautiful dismount to wrap up her bar routine. You can see Renee Shugman wrapping up her beam routine, a little hop forward on her round off 1.5 dismount. It's still a great routine for Temple.
Towson on the floor. You're going to hear us talk today about Towson quite a bit. They have a theme on their team, the Baltimore Rats. It started when Coach Jay Ramirez said, you don't want to be a rat in a snake cage. And someone on the team said, Coach, have you ever seen a Baltimore rat? They'll do just fine in a snake cage. He said, all right, we'll be Baltimore Rats then. That's the Towson Tigers. Towson Tigers sounds better than Baltimore Rats, but that is the theme of this team under Jay Ramirez, the Baltimore Rats. That was a great conversation we had with Jay earlier this week.
There's Emily Lazewski's vault. You can see too much power, a little bit of a pike down, which caused her to hop back, but Sierra Ward here wrapping up Pitt's vault. Huge Yurchenko full. Again, a little bit too much power, just had a little bit of a hop back, but another great rotation for Pitt. Should be a great competition today.
Panthers now done on vault.
See this one more time. You could really see the amplitude she gets off the table. This is Amy Stewart getting ready for floor 4,000.
And she's a terrific performer on floor.
You can
Sixth
see,
in the Eagle.
You can see Paige Casper's last tumbling pass. Beautiful double back, chest up on the landing. Beautiful controlled landing. And Renee Shugman wrapping up her last skill on beam, her dismount.
That is Juliana Rowland. Second team All-Eagle on beam this year.
Back handspring step out layout, beautifully done. We have Katie Koopman here on bars for LIU. And again, Amy Stewart there for Towson on floor. Stuck dismount for LIU, full out, beautifully done. It did see she touched her feet on the low bar. Shouldn't be 5/10, should be around 3/10, so good start there. Beautiful first pass for Amy. Front punch layout into a 1.5 front twist. And Julianne is setting up for her dismount for Temple on beam. Round off 1.5. Little hop forward, but again, you can see the excitement from Temple.
Their crowd here that have made the drive from out east, other side of Pennsylvania. Pretty good showing for Temple here.
That was a beautiful routine from Amy Stewart, the freshman.
She's had a great year, very promising young competitor.
See Juliana's dismount here, round off 1.5, slight hop forward. But again, love the excitement coming from the gymnasts here in the arena.
And that's one thing that these teams, so often they feed off energy in the crowd, especially in their home meets. This year in particular, it's really been about the gymnasts, right? I mean, you've had to sort of, and that's not an issue typically for gymnasts to make your own noise, but
right.
They really have been on their own in that regard here.
I think though here in the Peterson Event Center, they're making it up with the music.
It is a great atmosphere here in the Pete. There are still some COVID fan restrictions in the state of Pennsylvania, if you're not aware. So Luckily, we do have fans here. That was not the case during some of basketball season here at the Peterson Event Center, and back in the fall for volleyball and soccer seasons. There were at times no fans allowed at all at sporting events, but some of those restrictions have eased up a bit. See LIU on the bars.
We got 2 performances left from each team besides Pitt. Pitt wrapped up their vault rotation, so looking to stay warm, getting ready for bars. And Ariana Castrense getting ready for beam on temple. Allison Lapp on bars from LIU. Beautifully done chapoche into a pack salto. And we have Nikki Borkowski on floor for temple.
She's coming off a 9-9 her last meet.
LIU, beautifully done stuck dismount double layout. That should be a great score for LIU.
Yeah, you can see Randy Lane, his reaction in the background. He was excited.
And a stuck double back from Nikki Borkowski. On the left there, we had a beautiful leap series from Ariana Castrense.
This is the only event that she is not an all-eagle winner at.
Nikki Fertalzen is just setting up for her last pass here, taking in those last few deep breaths. Ariana with a beautiful round-off double full on beam. Had to take a hop back, but should be a great score for Temple.
Pass here for Borkowski.
Ended with a double pike. Her chest was a little bit down, had to take a hop forward, but again, the judges shouldn't take too much away from that deduction.
Towson finishing up as you now see LIU stuck landing.
See her dismount there. Had that hop back, but still beautifully done dismount there from Ariana.
Here is the end of Borkowski's full exercise.
Again, you can see her chest was down, but she did a great job dancing off of it. And here for LIU, we have Mara Teeter-Soleil. Previously, she's had a 9-9 and a 9-9-2-5 on the 2 meets she's competed, so she just has to wrap up her dismount here.
She's out of the Netherlands, Teeter-Soleil.
Beautifully done routine, had a blind full right into a double back, had to take a step back, but the rest of the routine looked great as well. You can see there one more time, had to take that little step back. But again, she just wrapped up LIU on their bar rotation.
Now, Towson's Cami Vidoff. I have one more Temple gymnast on beam as well. Delaney Guerin.
See Cami setting up for her first pass. Round off back handspring double pike. Beautifully done, controlled landing, what the judges are looking for.
Cami, a part of a sophomore class that Jay Ramirez told us has taken a huge step forward this year. Has led them to that #2 spot in the Eagle.
Delaney getting ready for her series. She does a back handspring layout, step out. Beautifully done. Cami's second pass, punch front layout, punch front full. These are the last 2 gymnasts on each rotation. Side aerial, back tuck full, stuck landing. A great routine from Delaney to wrap up Temple's beam rotation.
She's a 3-time ECAC recipient. They're all conference on beam, and see the finish here for Vitov.
Beautiful double back to finish the routine, stuck landing. You can see the excitement from her coach and her teammate in the background. And you can see the stuck dismount from Delaney. Side aerial right into a back tuck full. Beautifully done.
How about the shades on Delaney Guerin as well? Great look as we're through 2 rotations here at the Peterson Event Center. It's been a lot of fun, really good performances on the floor so far. And Temple, that's their best exercise, the floor, and that's coming up next in rotation 3. Back here at the Peterson Events Center, the EAGL Championships, session number 2, rotation 3. Coming up. Let's take a look after 2 rotations. That is how the scoring unofficially sits right now. Towson, a narrow advantage over Temple, then the Pitt Panthers, and LIU in 4th. There is Josh Nilsson, the head coach of the Owls of Temple. And if you are a Philadelphia area tattoo artist, Josh Nilsson may be coming to visit you as early as Monday. And I'm going to explain that, but he has done a great job. 3rd year with Temple. See, back-to-back recipient of the ECAC Coach of the Year. And he was telling us last night about the potential of him getting a tattoo this week of the number 212. And that is the point that water boils, 212 degrees, and that makes a steam engine move. And that is the central theme of this team, as you see what they were able to do on the beam. But if they are to win Eagles, qualify for NCAA regionals, or put up a 197, he is going to get a tattoo of the number 212. He told his team that he would do it. He said, I'm a nerdy dad of 5 boys. I don't have any tattoos, but I will get one if we accomplish one of those 3 things. He said, regionals might be the most realistic of those 3, but they're gonna have a chance at winning Eagles here tonight as well. So he might be getting a tattoo this week, Josh Nilsson. And there's what the Panthers were able to do on vault. Again, they had a great floor opening, but a little bit down now after the vault. Panthers find themselves in 3rd. LIU now moves over to beam. They did get Teeter Soleil to put up a 9.825, very respectable score. Allison Lapp, a 9.8. There's what Towson did on the floor last time through. Very good scores across the board, really, for Towson. All 9.8s or better. They now will move to the vault. Jenna Wheats will kick it off. Panthers heading to the bars. Only 5 competitors on the bars for the Panthers. LIU's beam lineup. Alyssa Van Allen to start. And then finally the Owls with Tori Edwards to begin, Faith Leary to finish it off. You ever have an agreement with a coach about getting a tattoo if you accomplish something, or any sort of agreement like that?
I'm pretty sure my 2nd year with Sam, Dave, and Ryan, we had some sort of agreement and we would all get matching tattoos. I don't know what happened. We did not get matching tattoos, but
I was gonna ask.
They did use it. We were also supposed to get a team puppy as well.
A team puppy?
Yes, but
that's what the field house needs.
Yes. Trinity Macy here on bars for Pitt. Beautiful piked Jaeger going down to the low bar with an overshoot to handstand. right up to the low bar. Winding up for her dismount, she's going to be doing a double layout. Stuck landing, beautiful routine for Pitt to start on bars from Trinity Macy. And we just saw Jenna Wheats go on vault for Towson.
Trinity Macy, part of the Texas State Championship team in high school, her final year.
We have Tori Edwards on floor for Temple and Alyssa Van Allen on LIU for beam. A beautiful first pass starting off from Tori. Alyssa getting ready to do a jump series, it looks like. Beat jump right into a split 3/4. Beautifully done.
Tori Edwards on the right, second team All-Eagle on floor this year, two-time ECAC All-Eagle, or all ECAC on floor.
Alyssa into her single skill, did a front toss right into a beat jump. Little balance check, but not too much for the judges to take away once again. She's gearing up for her dismount on beam. Round off 1.5, little hop forward, but a great routine to start for Van Allen. As well as a beautiful routine from Tori Edwards on Temple to start their rotation on floor.
They are the best floor team in the Eagle. They have 3 first-teamers.
You can see Nikki Borkowski getting ready for Towson on vault here, getting ready to do a Yurchenko full. A little bit of a slight step forward, but almost stuck it there. And here we have Lauren Beckwith, the sophomore for Pitt on bars. She did a Ginger and then a Pack Salto and is about to get ready to go back up to the high bar.
Sam Snyder telling us that she has added bars to her repertoire to become an all-around.
She was doing her dismount there. She was doing a blind half. Unfortunately, couldn't make it over, and Pitt only does have 5 competitors on bars, so they do have to count that fall. You can see it one more time. She's so close to getting over the bar, but looks like she let a little bit of her stomach muscle out, so unfortunately had to fall over the opposite direction.
Devin, what's the pressure like when you only have 5 going in a routine?
Right, it's a different kind of pressure to have, Josh. It's like, at least for me, it's like having the weight of the world on your shoulders, knowing that you have to hit your routine. And here, that will be a 5/10 deduction, so she'll get the chance to wrap up. And to get that extra bonus tenths, she will have to redo her dismount one more time.
Renee Shugman on the floor, freshman for Temple.
And then on vault, we have Ali Zuki going, and this vault is actually named after her. A very, very unique vault you're about to see. She's doing a front handspring on, Souk full off, stuck landing, beautifully done. That is named after her, the second vault actually, so pretty impressive to see a stuck landing.
She has the Zulki 1 and the Zulki 2. There are 2 different competitors in these Eagle Championships that have vaults named after themselves.
You can see Katie Koopman on beam there for LIU to the left, and Renee Shugman to your right.
George Washington's Kendall Whitman has a vault named after her, the Whitman.
Look like Katie Koopman is wrapping up with her dismount. She does a switch leap right into a gainer full stuck dismount. And Renee Shugman ending with a double pike for Temple.
Koopman had a career high 9.750 in her last meet.
Once again, you can see this very unique vault. Front handspring on, Souk full off. Chest was a little down on the landing, but her feet did not move. A great vault. And I'm guessing those cool shades are for stuck landings for Temple.
That is something that, I don't know who started that. I know, Miami football had the turnover chain a couple years ago, and ever since then, it seems like sports are adding props to their sidelines.
It's the little things.
I like
you
it.
have to make it fun.
I like it.
And Amy Stewart going for Towson on vault. Yurchenko layout full. A little bit too much power, had to take a little bit of a hop and step back, but should be another good score for Towson on vault.
Amy Stewart near her hometown of Johnstown, PA.
You can see there her block off the table was a little bit wonky, but still was able to make it to her feet and complete the full Yurchenko. And Caitlin Klein getting ready for bars for pit, as well as Ella Barrington for beam for LIU.
So we've heard some great reactions from LIU down below us. They are so excited to be here and to compete. As you see Wheats. There's the LIU beam.
Ella Barrington getting ready to finish.
She is from Oklahoma City.
And you might not see these too often, but she is wearing beam shoes sometimes just to help with the friction on the beam. And if you have slippery feet or sweaty feet, those are helping her stay on the beam. See Kate Klein, she did a Ginger straight into an overshoot, and Ella with a back handspring back layout. Kate's gonna end with a double tuck. Beautifully done, small step forward, but great way to come back on bars with Caitlin Klein.
And Caitlin Klein comes from a very athletic family. Her dad, a wrestler at Boston College. Her mom was an athlete at Boston on the crew team at BU.
Ella with her single skill, she did a cat leap into a side aerial. Unfortunately, she was a little off, so did have to come off the beam, but she should be able to finish her routine strong here. With her dismount, it looks like. Just doing a round off 1.5. Little hop forward, but great way to wrap up the routine for Ella. See Lauren Boland's vault here for Towson. Beautiful height off the table. Yurchenko full, small hop back, but great way to see her vault here.
Lauren Boland, third best vault in the Eagle this season. And now, finally, it's Cami Vitoff.
She is the first Towson gymnast actually to ever compete a Yurchenko 1.5. So that does start at a 10.0 start value, whereas Yurchenko full start at a 9.95. Beautifully done, little step to the left, but great way to wrap up Towson on vault from Cami Vitoff with a Yurchenko 1.5, first ever in the program for Towson. Here it is one more time. Look at the height off the table. Beautifully done.
Head so close coming down on the table there, but able to clear it. Cami Vitoff, 43rd in the NCAA in vault.
And it looks like we had a little bit of a delay on temple floor. The judges got together again just to make sure their scores and skills were lining up from the previous gymnast, which was Renee Shugman. So Brooke Donabedian up for 4.
Donabedian reminds me of right up the street, Pitt's softball field is Vardabedian, and this is Donabedian. When I saw the name and the pronunciation, it's the first thing I thought of.
Going into her first pass, beautifully done. A front 1.5 Rudy into a back layout step out.
Second team All-Eagle on the floor. They're a really decorated floor team, the Owls of Temple.
And here we have Taylor Doughton, a freshman from LIU on beam. Beautiful jump, and those jumps are hard, Josh, just because their head goes back, so it is another blind landing. So being able to do that and stay on the beam, I'm pretty impressed.
She is from Rincon, Georgia.
Back handspring, back layout, step out. Unfortunately, did have to come off the beam again, but should be able to finish the routine strong here. And Olivia Miller, the Pittsburgh native, up for bars. Toe shoot straight into a piked Jaeger, beautifully done. Down to the low bar with an overshoot.
Olivia, two-time first team all around.
right up to handstand there. She's wrapping up with a full in dismount. Little hop back, but great way to come back from Lauren Beckwith's fall on bars. See Brooke Donabedian wrapping up for floor. Great routine for Temple. And Taylor Doughton for her dismount at LIU. Stuck landing. So for LIU, they did have 2 falls, but being sure to not give away any other 10s is most important. Then there's Olivia's dismount, little bit of a hop back, but a great routine for Pitt there. Feet glued to the mat there for Taylor.
It's got to be a great feeling. And again, when we talked to Randy Lane, he said, you know, we just want to be respectable. We're so young. We want to celebrate all of our firsts. And really, as a program, it's not only first for the program, but it's first for the athletes in competition, some of the things they have done this year. He said, so, hey, if someone sticks a landing for the first time in competition, we're celebrating that moment. I think that's the right attitude to have. You know, they knew coming in that they were not going to be a team full of superstars, but they're in New York City. It's obviously a huge market that they're in, and he said that the growth of the sport is so important. He said, we're important to gymnastics because we represent growth in our sport. And I thought Coach Lane really a good outlook, and he's a guy that's been around some of the very best programs in the country, UCLA, Florida, Michigan State, and was a head coach for a while. And he said he loved a challenge, wanted to take over a program that was going to be a challenge, and a first-year program in the Eagle is definitely that.
And Katrina Coca has really been a staple for the bar lineup. She did not compete last year due to a torn Achilles, but really in her first meet back, in her first meet for Pitt, she scored a 9.825 for bars and won the title. So bittersweet and a beautiful routine. Last bar routine she'll probably ever do. A beautiful full in, little hop on the dismount, but really great finish for Pitt on bars.
And she was the holder of the top mark this year in for any individual in the Eagle, 3rd best on bars. Now to the floor.
Juliana Rowland, junior for Temple.
First teamer, 4th best scorer in the Eagle this year.
Going into her first pass, round off back handspring double pike, beautifully done. You really saw her chest up on the landing, controlled step back. It's exactly what the judges are looking for from a tumbling pass.
Alana Ricketts going on beam now for the Sharks.
You can see Juliana going in for her second pass. Front layout, front full. And Alana going for her front aerial, beautifully done, right into a split jump. Setting up for her series on the beam. Back handspring step out, back handspring layout. Unfortunately was off again, so had to fall, and it looks like LIU will be counting 2 falls on beam so far. But to wrap up her floor routine, Juliana, beautifully done double back, again chest up. That should be a huge score for Temple.
She's put up a lot of them this year. Here is Ricketts. If you're wondering, LIU, they merged athletic departments with 2 of their campuses. They were the LIU Brooklyn Blackbirds, and they merged 2 campuses, 2 athletic departments, I should say, to become LIU, and they renamed the program the Sharks.
You can see she did a back handspring, tuck 1.5 dismount, over-rotated just a little bit, but still, great way to finish the routine. Those air high fives there. Here it is one more time. See, her chest was a little bit forward on the landing, and Katrina Coca, her dismount, beautifully done. Just that slight hop, but definitely a top score for Pitt there on bars. And this is the last pass on floor from Juliana. Chest up, you can see, very beautifully done. And now we have Jordan Oster for Temple. She's the second to last competitor here for Temple.
Oster was a late addition, taking the spot of Ariana Castrense. Castrense, a first-team All-Eagle performer in this event. So Oster, pretty big shoes to fill, but they have a lot of talent and a lot of depth on the floor.
And especially being towards the end of the season, I bet the gymnast bodies are so run down for being able to compete weekend after weekend after weekend. So Ariana's body just might have needed some rest. Front punch step out right into a double back, controlled landing. You can see coach in the background excited about that. Going into her leap pass, switch ring, right into a switch half. Again, the judges are really looking for straight knees, pointed toes, and a 180-degree split, and it seems like Jordan really hit those, all 3 points there. See, she's getting a lot of encouragement going into her last pass here, taking that last deep breath. Finishing off with a round off double pike. Again, beautiful landing. This should be another great score for Temple from Jordan Oster.
Temple and Towson really battling here. The Panthers at 145.4 mark.
You can see this first pass one more time. I like this angle, Josh.
That is an awesome look from our crew.
And then this last pass here, double pike. Normally some gymnasts start their routines with a double pike, so very impressed that she did end that routine with a double pike.
It's amazing that they're willing to suspend somebody from a cable up above the floor and have them hold a camera, but no, that's a joke. That is a joke. It is robotic.
You almost had me there.
Devin was looking. She was looking under the scoreboard.
Allison Lapp, she did have a little bit of a balance check on her series, but considering the gymnast before her did fall, very, very impressive that she was able to stay on the beam and close out for LIU.
She led them on beam in their last meet with a 9.775. Allison Lapp, freshman out of France.
Again, you can see that front aerial stag jump with her head going back, a very tough skill because you do lose sight of the beam. So being able to do that and then stay on the beam, I could never do that. We'll say that.
Mentioned she is French. 6 international players make up this LIU roster.
And that round off 1.5 to finish out the routine and rotation for LIU. Just a slight pop forward, but now our last gymnast to compete in this rotation is Faith Leary for Temple.
Third best on the floor in the Eagle. Should be fun to watch out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
It does say that she is a sophomore, but I competed with her, so I think she is a senior if I can stand corrected. But she should be getting ready for her first tumbling pass here. Front layout, Rudy, beautifully done. And she is a transfer from Utah State.
Utah State team made an NCAA regional in her time there. Was there for 2 years.
You can see Faith wrapping up for her last pass here. Double back, beautiful landing, controlled landing. You can see she's really happy about that. Love the personality on her face. A great finish for Faith. You can see how excited she is. Again, Another great rotation from Temple on the floor.
Scores are getting tight here in the Eagle Championships. Faith Leary, one of the best in the conference, on the floor. You see her coach, Josh Nilsson, pumping his fist. She gets the sunglasses. Here we go. Our final rotation coming up. And we have two teams ranked in the top 32 in the nation. Temple on vault, Towson on bars coming up. We'll see the Panthers on beam and LIU on floor. That's coming up next here in the Eagle Championships. Back here for the final rotation of the Eagle Championships here at the Peterson Event Center. Taking a look at the scores here in session 2. Temple in a good spot, 146, 150, and Towson 145, 625. Temple, their 7th straight meet with a floor score above 49. Also for Pitt, a 5th time with Katrina Coca scoring a 9.875 or higher. As you take a look at Jay Ramirez, the head coach of the Towson Tigers in his 2nd year. He's really done a nice job building this program to this point. They are going to be NCAA regional bound, it appears, for the first time in 21 years. It's generated a lot of enthusiasm. Last year broke a program attendance record at Towson. He was an assistant there, and he worked under Towson Hall of Famer Dick Filbert for a year as well. Has done a really fine job, and they are, Devin, coming off 3 straight double weekends, and you know, the bodies have to be feeling it, I'm guessing, at this point.
Yes, when Coach Ramirez was discussing with us that they were coming off 3 weekends, my jaw just dropped. I only did 1 double weekend in my career where I actually competed in both meets, and my body was destroyed after the 2nd meet. So coming off of 3 double weekends, especially being in the end of the season, right before championships, I bet those girls are really just trying to keep their bodies healthy and really seeing how they can compete and keep their bodies right, you know, going into the week before Eagles.
A physical toll that has to have on a gymnast, and they're on the verge of potentially doing something special here if they can finish strong. You see what Pitt was able to do with their athletes on bars. Katrina Coca and Lauren Beckwith.
Yep, sorry, Josh. And you can really see they only had 5 girls competing. So keeping all 5 scores, unfortunately, Lauren Beckwith did fall, but their LIU scores from beam, unfortunately, had 3 falls, so had to count 2 of them. But again, like Coach Lane was saying, just making sure they're celebrating the little things, especially being first year as a program.
They'll be happy with Katie Koopman's 9.8. Speaking of 9.8s, that was the lowest score, not even, for Temple on the floor. 9.85, their lowest score. Temple and Towson, they appear like they're really going to have a chance to catch NC State. Again, the unofficial scores, this is what the teams need to beat NC State unofficially. Towson needs above a 49.05 and Temple needs above a 48.525. Certainly Temple with a really great shot here as they head to the vault, and that is something they have done really well on this year. They have the 2nd best mark in the Eagle this year. So Temple with a real opportunity here, but Towson also a chance as well if Temple was to slip up. And the Temple Owls have won the last 2 ECAC championships. This is their 1st year in the Eagle, and their goal was to make a statement. They could very well do that in these championships. LIU on floor.
Amanda Liu leading off for floor, and on vault we see Taylor Newland. Stuck Yurchenko full, and on bars we have Lauren Bolin, the Towson gymnast, in the all-around, and Katrina Coca getting ready for bars for Pitt. Excuse me, for beam for Pitt. Beautiful switch leap gainer back layout. Unique skill And Lauren Bolin there starting Towson off to a great bar rotation.
Temple on vault, Towson on bars. Really good beginnings for them. They are, both of them, 32nd. Temple is in vault, 31st. Towson is on bars.
You saw Katrina's series there on beam, a gainer back handspring into a back handspring layout. So beautiful job there. And Amanda Liu wrapping up her tumbling pass here for floor. Beautiful double pike.
Devin, obviously, when you're competing, you don't know the scores of your other opponents in the meet, but are they aware of what NC State's score was earlier and what they need to beat and where they might be in relation as far as winning the whole thing?
Right. That's a great question. I'm not I bet Sam Snyder, and a great dismount there for Katrina, but Sam might have told them not to look at the scores, but you know, it's kind of hard not to do that just because you're curious. But they might have been able to warm up before the scores were out, but again, not sure. They might have been able to take a peek. A beautiful Yurchenko layout half from Renee Shugman, a freshman for Temple.
They have pretty decorated gymnasts on vault to come after Shugman. So a big strength of this team still to come.
You can see there she just had to take a little bit of a hop forward, but again, the judges shouldn't take more than 2 to 3 tenths on that landing. And that's Ella Barrington getting ready for floor for the LIU Sharks. And here for bars, we have Tess going up a junior, Zentek.
Two-time second team bars recipient in the Eagle.
Double pike for Ella there on floor. And a good dismount there from Tess.
Everybody that will finish the final 5 for Towson in their bars lineup all have received All Eagle awards, and on vault, the final 4 for Temple have gone all conference as well at one point or another.
And that was Tori Edwards on vault there for Temple. You saw her chest was a little bit down on the landing, so had to take a hop forward. And here we have Trinity Macy up for beam. Beautiful series, back handspring, back layout. And Ella getting ready to close out her floor routine for LIU. On up back handspring, double back. You saw her chest was down, but was able to take that step forward and keep the landing on her feet. Trinity, a beautiful leap series.
Trinity Macy started things off for Pitt earlier in the first rotation. She was second to go, I should say, after Lauren Beckwith on the floor.
Closing out with her dismount, round off 1.5. A little bit of a step back, but still a great routine there for Pittsburgh. See this dismount one more time, round off, right into a 1.5. You can see her weight was a little bit back on her heels, so did have to take that step back, but the judges should not take too many deductions from that dismount.
You can see Sam Snyder watching on in the background.
And here's Madison Brooks for Temple on vault. Beautiful Yurchenko full. She did take a hop, but it didn't seem like it went in any direction, so just a little of a hop up, and another great vault for Temple. You can see this one more time. You really see the height she gets off the table. A little bit of a hop, but great vault for Temple. And here's Cami Vidoff on bars. She did a beautiful Ginger right down to the low bar with an overshoot. Closing out with her dismount here. Full in, little hop back, but another great routine for Towson.
Vidoff, a second teamer in the Eagle this year on bars.
And here we have Reagan Jones on floor for LIU.
Belleville, Illinois, Reagan Jones.
Going into her first pass, round off 2.5 to a stag jump. Foot was on the line. I don't think she got out, so no deductions for being out of bounds there.
Again, this is the first year for LIU's program. Their first competition in the Eagle Championships. So we had 7 of the 8 teams participate this year. Unfortunately, New Hampshire not able to participate due to COVID-19 issues. They are a team that was really looking forward to this weekend. They are sitting firmly on the bubble at 35th in the NCAA. So they were in need of a good weekend, and now they're going to have to hold their breath and wait. It's back to the vault for Roland.
Beautiful Yurchenko full. Her feet were glued to that mat. You can see the excitement from her teammates. And there for LIU, she did another beautiful tumbling pass from Reagan Jones, and Olivia Miller up for beam for Pitt Panthers. She's going to start off with a leap combination, switch leap right into a back handspring one arm. First we've seen today, I believe.
Olivia comes into these championships having won all-around titles in back-to-back meets.
Here you see she's going into her series back handspring back layout. She did unfortunately have to come off the beam, but hopefully with the rest of the lineup, they won't have to count her fall. And here we have Cami Vidoff finishing on bars. Almost stuck the landing, had to take a step forward, but a great routine for Towson. You can see those air high fives from Coach. Here we got Olivia going into her single skill, cat leap into a front aerial, tiny balance check. Wrapping up with her dismount side aerial, back layout full, little bit of a hop. And then here we have Ariana Castrense wrapping up for Temple, another stuck vault landing. You can see her excitement.
She is 5th best in the Eagle, and that was a really solid performance. Maybe enough for a championship for Temple. We'll see.
Looks like Coach might be getting a tattoo here.
He very well might.
And here we have freshman Lauren Miller for LIU on floor.
I think Temple can sense it again. The results unofficial right now, but if the score holds for Temple, they will win. Still waiting to see the official results. Towson still has one more on bars.
And you saw Lauren Miller's first tumbling pass there. It was a front double full, another E pass, which very difficult, so great to see from the newcomer from LIU.
Towson on bars.
That's Amy Stewart.
Amy Stewart, second teamer in the Eagle.
Setting up for her dismount. I believe it's going to be a double layout. Beautifully done. Did the college stick. Finished there, but another great routine for Towson on bars.
Amy is a huge fan of Pittsburgh's sports team. She grew up in Johnstown, about an hour and a half away, and she loves the Steelers and the Pirates and the Penguins. Now she's trying to win a championship in the Steel City.
And here we go, Jordan Cesarini going on beam for Pitt. They did have a fall previously, so hopefully Jordan can calm her nerves and stay on the beam so they don't have to count a fall. If
that Temple score stays official, that will be a season high for them, 196-275.
A little bit of a balance check there for Jordan Cesarini, but was able to stay on the beam. That should only be about a 2 to 3/10 deduction. Beautiful leap series. Little balance check again. And setting up for her front toss, her single skill. Beautifully done. The last thing you'll see from her is her pike gainer dismount. Stuck landing, beautiful routine, and a great comeback from the fall from Olivia Miller.
We asked Josh Nilsson where, as you take a look at Cesarini here one more time.
See that beautiful dismount, chest up, feet glued to the mat. No deductions there for her dismount.
We asked Josh Nilsson where he would be getting the tattoo as far as the location on his body, and he said, I saw a video of Post Malone that my kid showed me with his face tattoos. He said, I'm not gonna do that. So that's not for me. Probably a good decision. He's probably gonna be on the arm somewhere, but that could very well be coming here if these scores stay official.
And that was Grace Valencott there on bars for Towson. Beautiful routine, stuck landing on her dismount. So they could be passing Temple here on this last routine, but guess we'll just have to wait and see.
It's gonna be close. Towson, the late push.
And this is Katie Koopman for LIU, getting ready for her first pass on floor. Round off triple full first we've seen today, another E-pass. Really difficult, especially trying to get 3 twists in before your feet hit the ground.
Koopman from Hawaii. Long way from Hawaii to LIU.
Completely different coast.
Yes. They have a lot of coasts where she's from. The whole thing is a coast. I think if you're from Hawaii and you're doing gymnastics, your teammates have to call you the Flying Hawaiian, right? I mean, that's just like mandatory, right? And how is that not the nickname for Katie?
Beautiful last pass there. And Katie Chamberlain up on beam for Pitt. She does a beautiful triple series that we'll see here in 1 second.
Katie Chamberlain had a knee injury last year, but Sam Snyder said she really came back stronger from that knee problem. Second team All-Eagle on beam this year.
Beautifully done triple series. You saw that back handspring, layout, step out. Into a side aerial. Bit of a balance check, but was able to stay on the beam. And Katie, she was a freshman when I was on the team, and she was just an amazing light to bring into the gym, just a ray of sunshine, and just one of those teammates that can pick you up on your rainiest of days. So it's really great to see her being healthy and being able to compete here in her junior season.
Yeah, unable to compete in her last 3 meets due to an injury.
And a beautiful dismount, round off 1.5. Beautifully done.
It'll be Lauren Beckwith who finishes on beam for the Panthers.
See that dismount one more time, just had to take a step forward, but the judges shouldn't take too much on that dismount.
(9.8) for Zulke to finish it off for Towson on bars.
You can see them checking the scores, trying to see if they passed. Oh yeah, you can see his tattoo there. 2-1-2 for Temple. Again, these results are unofficial, so they might not be the winners, but looks like from their score and from their excitement that they will be taking home the title.
And we talked last night, later last night, to Josh Nilsson, and he was here in Pittsburgh at the hotel when we talked to him, and He had just come back from a workout. He said he was working out and his phone went off. And he ran back to the hotel so he could talk to us, and sure glad that he did, because we found out about the tattoo, and he was so great to talk with. He has 5 sons, Josh Nilsson, and they're Tristan, Ezekiel, Remington, Liam, and Asher. He and his wife, Amanda. He said he has kind of 2 different worlds when he's at home and when he's at work, but he loves them both, and they have meshed well in his life.
I remember him saying last night when he gets home, it's like an attack from all the boys. They're trying to wrestle him. And then with the girls, he has to be very careful and being sure that he's there for them as a coach, supporting them. And here for floor, we're watching Allison Lapp closing out for LIU.
He said all the boys want to do jiu-jitsu on him when he gets home from work.
Lauren Beckwith closing out beam here for Pitt. Last tumbling pass for Allison. Front layout, front punch full. Lauren setting up for her series. You're going to see a back handspring, back layout. Beautifully done, right on beam. Going into her leap, switch side. Little balance check there. Trying to cover it up with some dance.
Lauren Beckwith bookending things here today. She was the first competitor that we highlighted in this second session on the floor, and now here she is finishing things out on beam.
Getting for her dismount, side aerial, back tuck full, stuck landing. You can see her excitement. Love the double buns. I feel the positive energy coming from her hair. You can see that dismount one more time, stuck landing, put those ankles together, and that excitement once again. Great competitor to close out the beam lineup.
Well, we are through all 4 rotations here in the second session. Again, the results unofficial. We'll get you the official ones coming up, and a champion and the Eagle will be crowned. That's after this break here in Pittsburgh. Welcome back to the Eagle Championships. Results getting set to come in right now. Seniors being honored down on the floor.
Katrina Coca. Kaylee Gillings. From the Temple Owls, Tori Edwards. Erica Fuchs. Delaney Guerin. Faith Leary. Correction, Jordan. Yes, Faith Leary. Jordan Oster. And Monica Servideo. From the Towson Tigers, Tess Zientek. A round of applause for all of our senior gymnasts.
Welcome to the EAGL Conference LIU. It's been a pleasure competing with you this season. Congratulations on a successful season and all of your accomplishments.
Arian, congratulations on a great first inaugural season at LIU. LIU is so lucky to have you. It's been fantastic having you a part of the EAGL too. So excited to see the big things coming from LIU. Congrats again.
Hi, LIU athletes, coaches, and staff. I just wanted to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments in your inaugural season. Welcome to the EAGL, and we wish you the best of luck to finish out your season strong.
Randy, EAGL Gymnastics, welcome to EAGL. We're happy to have you. Congratulations on being the first. It's a big task to take on yourselves, but we're happy to help you. I'm happy that you're part of this. So, congratulations on your first year. Keep working hard. Bright future ahead.
Randy and the entire EAGL Gymnastics team, what an accomplishment this year. To start a Division I program in the middle of a pandemic absolutely had its challenges, but you did it, and I wanted to say that all of you should be so proud of what you have accomplished this year. Welcome to the EAGL Conference. You're such a great addition, and we are excited to see your future goals.
On behalf of George Washington University, I want to welcome Randy, your staff, all your athletes, the Long Island University community, to our EAGL Conference. We're proud to have you as members. Welcome.
Randy, coaches, staff, and all of the student athletes at LIU, from everyone here at Pitt, we want to say congratulations on your inaugural season. You've made history, and we're so excited to watch your continued success for years to come. Welcome to the EAGL.
We'll now send it down to PA announcer Colin Sisk for the final results.
Fans, please direct your attention to the center of the floor as we announce the award winners from the 2021 EAGL Championship. We're pleased to have Executive Associate Athletic Director for Administration, Dustin Gray of the University of Pittsburgh, for the presentation of awards this evening. First, we'll begin with the event awards and start with vault. In second place, we have a three-way tie with a score of 9.850. From Temple University, Ariana Castrense. From North Carolina State University, Emily Shepard. And from George Washington University, Deja Chambliss. And in first place on vault, with a score of 9.90, from Temple University, Juliana Rowland. We now move to bars. In third place on bars, with a score of 9.850, from North Carolina State University, Meredith Robinson. In second place, with a score of 9.875, from the University of Pittsburgh, Katrina Koka. And in first place on bars, with a score of 9.925, from the University of North Carolina, Elizabeth Colton. We now move to balance beam. On balance beam, we have a three-way tie for first place with a score of 9.90 from Towson University, Emerson Hurst. From the University of North Carolina, Elizabeth Colton. And also from the University of North Carolina, Hallie Thompson. Now we move to floor exercise, and once again, it's a three-way tie for first place with a score of 9.90 from Temple University, Faith Leary. From George Washington University, Kendall Whitman. And from the University of Pittsburgh, Jordan Cesarini. Lastly, we move to the all-around competition. We have a two-way tie for second place with a score of 93.20 from Towson University, Camille Vidoff. And from North Carolina State University, Emily Shepard. And in first place in the all-around with a score of 39.375 from the University of North Carolina, Elizabeth Colton. We will now move on to our Eagle Awards. First up, we congratulate the 2021 Eagle regular season champions for the second consecutive year, the NC State Wolfpack. The 2021 champion was determined by national qualifying scores, and the Wolfpack topped the league with a 196.094. Congratulations to NC State. Next, the 2021 Eagle Gymnast of the Year from NC State, Emily Shepard. Emily, a sophomore, was named Eagle Conference Gymnast of the Week 4 times in 2021. She currently sits at the top of the conference in vault, bars, and all-around, earning all Eagle first-team honors in all 3 events. She is the only gymnast in the Eagle with a national qualifying score of at least 9.9 on bars. Fans, let's have a round of applause for Emily Shepard. Next, the 2021 Eagle Scholar Athlete of the Year. From George Washington University, Anna Warhol. A senior gymnast majoring in biomedical engineering, Anna earned a 4.0 semester average and owns a 3.903 cumulative GPA. She has earned Eagle All-Scholastic honors in each of her 4 years. Fans, let's have a round of applause for Anna Warhol. Next, the 2021 Eagle Rookie of the Year from Towson University, Allison Zulke. Allison is a 2-time Eagle Rookie of the Week and earned all Eagle recognition on bars and beam. This season, she debuted one of 2 vaults named in her honor, completing the Zulke 2 for the first time in NCAA competition. Fans, let's have a round of applause for Allison Zulke. Next, the 2021 Eagle Specialist of the Year from the University of New Hampshire, Robin Kelly. Unfortunately, Robin is not in attendance tonight, but we will congratulate her from afar. The senior gymnast claimed all Eagle first-team honors on vault, balance beam, and floor exercise, with national qualifying scores of at least 9.84 on all 3 events. Fans, how about a round of applause for Robin Kelly? Next, the 2021 Eagle Senior Gymnast of the Year from the University of Pittsburgh, Katrina Koka. Taking an unconventional path to her senior season at the University of Pittsburgh, Katrina has persevered through multiple injuries, including a ruptured Achilles in 2020, to compete as an all-arounder for the Panthers in 2021. Her return to competition included 5 individual event titles and a second place ranking in the Eagle on bars. Fans, how about a round of applause for Katrina Koka? Next, the 2021 Eagle Co-Administrators of the Year. Congratulations to Michelle Bronner from New Hampshire and Jennifer Toscano from the University of Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, neither are with us tonight, but we will honor them both from afar, and Executive Associate Athletic Director Dustin Gray will accept the awards on their behalf. The Deputy Director and SWA at New Hampshire, Michelle is the Eagle League Administrator and worked tirelessly to determine COVID-19 protocols and ensure that the Eagle would have a complete season. Jennifer is the Senior Associate Athletic Director and SWA at the University of Pittsburgh and was instrumental in the Panthers' efforts to be able to host this Eagle Championship at the Peterson Event Center this season. We are grateful to both Michelle and Jennifer for their efforts in making the 2021 Eagle season a success. Fans, how about a round of applause for Michelle Bronner and Jennifer Toscano? Next, the 2021 Assistant Coach of the Year. From Towson University, Ashley Sauer. In her second season with the Towson Gymnastics program, Ashley is the glue that holds the team together. She has taken the beam and floor team to new heights with her ability to adapt, control variables, and motivate the athletes to succeed. Her efforts have helped lead the Tigers to 4 top 5 beam scores in program history, in addition to 3 top 5 floor team scores this season. Fans, let's have a round of applause for Ashley Sauer. Next, the 2021 Head Coach of the Year. From Towson University, Jay Ramirez. In just his second season at the helm at Towson, Jay has lifted the Tigers to a new level. For the first time in 21 years, Towson is in a position to qualify for NCAA regionals, rising 19 spots in the rankings in one season. He has led the Tigers to their highest national qualifying score in program history by nearly a point, in addition to Towson's first 195 average ever. Fans, how about a round of applause for Jay Ramirez? And finally, to conclude an exciting day of gymnastics, here's our last award of the night. With a team score of 196.5, your 2021 Eagle champions, the Temple Owls.
A program record for the Temple Owls, 196.5, and they are the Eagle champions here in 2021. Devin, let's look back at the evening here for the Owls. What a performance it was.
You can see here on beam a beautiful dismount and a great rotation across the board as well for Temple. As well as Faith Leary ending it strong with a 9-9 on floor. You can see her excitement there with her teammates, and a beautiful vault, and she actually won the title as well. Beautiful stuck landing 9-9 there on vault. And then last but not least here, Temple Owls 2021 Eagle champions.
And you see the final official results now. Temple able to edge out NC State. Towson finishes third, George Washington fourth, the Tar Heels fifth, the Panthers sixth, and LIU in its first season as a gymnastics program finishing seventh here at the Eagle Championships. Really a fun day here in the Steel City. Congratulations to the Temple Owls as they come away victorious. That'll do it for us. For Devin Herbine, I'm Josh Roundtree saying so long from Pittsburgh. The Temple Owls, the 2021 Eagle champions.